Harry returns home, hoping for reconciliation, but a secret palace order threatens to destroy everything he has left. The royal family just made a move that changes everything. What if the one thing keeping Harry connected to Britain was about to be ripped away? What secret meeting happened behind closed doors while Harry was gone? And why is the palace suddenly willing to risk a public war with their own son? Harry thought he could come back on his own terms. He was wrong. For anyone who's ever been pushed out by their own family, this story will hit you hard.
Harry lands in London and nobody's smiling. Harry's plane touches down at Heathrow. He steps out into the cold British air. Cameras flash everywhere. But something feels different this time. The energy is wrong. His security team looks nervous. Palace staff avoid eye contact. This was supposed to be a quick visit. Maybe see his father. Maybe fix some broken bridges. But whispers are already spreading through London. Something happened while he was in California. Something big. Harry checks his phone. 12 missed calls, all from his lawyer. His stomach drops. This isn't about a family dinner anymore. This is about survival. He climbs into the black car. The driver stays silent. They drive past Buckingham Palace. Harry stares at the golden gates. Those gates used to feel like home. Now they feel like a fortress built to keep him out. But Harry doesn't know the worst part yet. 3 weeks earlier, the cracks started showing. Back in Montecito, Harry was living his California dream. Morning hikes with Meghan, playing with the kids, building a new life far from royal rules. Everything seemed perfect, almost too perfect. Then the letters started arriving. Official letters, legal letters, letters with the royal seal stamped in blood-red wax. Harry ignored the first one, thought it was just more paperwork, more royal formalities that didn't matter anymore. The second letter was different. It came with a deadline, 30 days to respond or face consequences. Harry showed it to Meghan. Her face went pale. She knew what this meant. "They're not going to let you go," she whispered. Harry laughed it off. He was free now. He'd escaped the system. He'd won his freedom. What could they possibly do to him from across the ocean? He was about to find out. The palace had been planning this for months.
Then, a British tabloid published something explosive. The Daily Mail ran a front-page story. The headline screamed in thick black letters. Palace sources, Harry faces total removal. Harry's phone exploded with notifications, text messages, emails, reporters camping outside his gate. The article claimed inside sources revealed a secret plan. The palace was preparing to strip Harry of his remaining titles, his ceremonial military honors, his counselor of state position, everything that still connected him to the crown. But here's what shocked everyone. The article said King Charles supported it. His own father, the man who'd begged Harry to come back just months ago, now signing off on his public humiliation. Meghan read the article 3 times. Her hands shook. This wasn't just about titles. This was about erasing Harry from royal history, making him a nobody, a warning to anyone else who dared to leave. Harry booked a flight to London that night. He needed to look his father in the eye. But getting to Charles wouldn't be easy. Harry's calls go straight to voicemail. His texts show as read, but get no response. Palace staff claim the king is unavailable, too busy, in meetings, not taking visitors. The walls are going up fast. William won't talk to him either. Harry tries texting his brother. Nothing. He calls Kate. Blocked. The entire royal family has circled the wagons. Harry is on the outside looking in. His lawyer delivers worse news. The palace has filed official paperwork. This isn't just rumors anymore. This is real. Legal documents requesting Harry's removal from multiple royal positions. The process has already started. Harry feels his chest tighten. This is what exile really means. Not just leaving the country, but being erased, deleted, made invisible by the very people who raised you. He walks through London alone, past landmarks he grew up visiting. Everything looks the same but feels completely different. And then he gets the call that changes everything. Someone inside the palace wants to talk. A private number flashes on Harry's phone. He almost doesn't answer, but something tells him to pick up. The voice on the other end is familiar. A palace aide, someone Harry trusted for years. "They had a meeting," the voice whispers. 3 weeks ago. Charles, William, and the private secretaries. You weren't supposed to know. Harry's blood runs cold. What kind of meeting? About you. About making an example out of you. William pushed hard. He said you embarrassed the family too many times, that you're a liability now, a PR disaster. The aide describes the scene. William angry and loud. Charles conflicted but weak. Royal advisors taking notes. They discussed every title Harry still holds, every connection he maintains, and they voted. Voted to cut him off completely. William called it a strip order. Remove everything, make it hurt. Show the world what happens when you betray the crown. Harry can barely breathe. Harry demands a face-to-face meeting. He shows up at Clarence's house unannounced. Security tries to stop him, but Harry pushes through. He's still a prince, still the king's son. They can't physically throw him out. Not yet, anyway. Charles is in his study. He looks older than Harry remembers. Tired, worn down. But there's something else in his eyes. Guilt? Shame? Fear? Is it true? Harry asks. No greeting, no warmth. Just the question. Charles doesn't answer right away. He pours tea with shaking hands. The silence fills the room like poison. Finally, he speaks. His voice is barely a whisper. William believes it's necessary. I'm asking what you believe, Dad. Charles looks away, out the window, toward Buckingham Palace in the distance. The building that owns him, controls him, makes all his decisions for him. I believe in the institution, Charles says. I have to. That's when Harry realizes he's already lost.
But one title matters more than all the others. Harry doesn't care about being a counselor of state. He doesn't need ceremonial military ranks. He's built a new life in America. He has his own money, his own identity. Let them take the titles. But there's one thing he can't lose: his children's connection to their heritage. Archie and Lilibet's place in the line of succession, their right to be called prince and princess, their birthright. The palace knows this. That's why they're going after it. The strip order includes a clause about Harry's children, questioning whether they should maintain their titles, suggesting they be removed from official royal records. This isn't about Harry anymore. This is about punishing his kids for his choices, erasing his bloodline, making his children pay for his sins. Meghan warned him this would happen. They'll come for our babies, she said. Harry didn't believe her. He thought his family had limits, lines they wouldn't cross. He was wrong about everything. And the worst is still coming. The meeting with Charles ends in disaster. Harry begs his father to stop this, to protect his grandchildren, to remember what it felt like when Diana was pushed out, when the family chose the institution over a person they loved. "You watched Mom suffer," Harry says, tears in his eyes. "You did nothing, and she died alone. Are you going to do the same thing to your son?" Charles flinches. The words hit their target. For a moment, Harry sees something crack in his father's expression. Regret, pain, the weight of decades of mistakes. But then Charles hardens again. The king returns. The father disappears. "This is about the monarchy," Charles says coldly. "It's bigger than me, bigger than you. You chose to leave. Now you face the consequences." Harry stands up. He knows there's nothing left to say. The man in front of him isn't his father anymore. He's just another royal robot, another victim of the system. Harry walks out and doesn't look back. The real reason finally comes to light. Back in California, Harry learns the truth from his lawyer. The palace isn't doing this because Harry left. They're doing it because he's winning. His Netflix deal is massive. His book broke records. His popularity in America is higher than any working royal. Harry is building an empire outside the system, and that terrifies them. Because if Harry succeeds, other royals might follow. The whole structure could collapse. Edward might want out. Anne's kids might question their roles. The next generation might reject royal life completely. William pushed for the strip order because he's scared. Scared that Harry's freedom makes William's cage more visible. Scared that people are choosing Harry's honesty over the palace's lies. Scared that his brother is happier outside the family than he ever was inside it. This isn't about punishment. It's about control. About sending a message so terrifying that nobody else dares to leave. But Harry isn't backing down. The war has just begun. Harry releases a statement through his lawyer. Short, direct, devastating. He calls the palace's actions cruel and vindictive. He says he'll fight for his children's rights in court. He promises to expose every lie, every manipulation, every dirty secret. The British media explodes. Some support Harry, most attack him. But everyone is talking. The palace's quiet strip order becomes the biggest royal scandal in decades. Exactly what they wanted to avoid. Meghan stands beside Harry. Their kids are safe in California, far from the chaos, protected by an ocean and a different set of values. Harry realizes something powerful. He doesn't need the palace's approval. He doesn't need their titles. He already has everything that matters. But the battle isn't over. The palace will push back. William will retaliate. Charles will stay silent. And Harry will keep fighting. Not for himself anymore, for his children, for their right to be free. This is only the beginning of the war. This isn't just a royal scandal. It's a father watching his family try to erase him, and it's far from over. If you want to see what Harry does next, subscribe and hit the bell, because this war is about to get uglier. Drop a comment below. Do you think Harry should keep fighting or let the palace win? Up next, watch how Meghan is secretly preparing for the palace's next attack. You won't believe what she's planning.